Hi, my name is Alicia Salas, and today I will be talking about a 6th grade reading intervention lesson plan. My notes are to the side of me, so if I glance over, that is what I'm looking at. What I would do with my group of 6th graders is I would give them the option to choose which chapter book that they would want to read in our group, because at that age we want our students to be interested in what they're reading and be intrigued by what they're reading. So hopefully it's something that interests them to help them out a little bit with reading on a daily. So if I give them 2 to 3 options and say like they pick the book Holes, I remember reading Holes in about 6th or 7th grade myself. So say like we pick Holes, and each time we are in session we will be reading a chapter from the book. So say like we are on chapter 3, I will have the students skim through the chapter and pick out any vocabulary words that they're not too sure of, and I will write them on the board. After we pick out a few vocab words that we're not too familiar with, I will have them start reading the chapter as a group. So each student will take turns reading. And after we have read through the chapter, we will then have a conversation about what we just read, answer some questions, and put in our thoughts and opinions on the chapter that we just read. And so when we are done summarizing that chapter, I will then go back to the vocabulary that we picked out before we had read the chapters, and I will give them a vocabulary word template, and the template would look like it would be vocabulary word, definition, examples, characteristics, and non-examples. And at the bottom of that sheet it will have its own box to write a sentence, so that we are aware that we understand the new vocabulary word that we might have not understood before we read the story. So it helps them gain understanding for new words and new meanings. And after we do that, we will share amongst our group probably the examples, characteristics, and the sentence that we each wrote, to better gain an understanding amongst the group. I think that it is super important for 6th grade to be reading and writing and understanding new words. I chose this type of lesson plan because I want the 6th graders or any student to just love to read and not feel like it's, oh my gosh, I have to read, my teacher's making me read. I want them to be interested in what they're reading. If there was any accommodations that needed to be made, they will definitely be made. If a student has a thing where they may have a little bit of dyslexia or some sort of a special needs, they will always be accommodated, whether it's me reading to the student or going a little bit slower, or maybe even listening to the story instead. And I designed this activity because I think it's a fun activity. You get a little bit of reading, you get to conversate and show your opinions about the book that you're reading, and learn new vocabulary. And that could be a week assignment for each day you're reading a new chapter, And I think that'd be really fun, and I think the students would like that, and maybe grow their knowledge and their love for reading.